This video will be titled Why 2026 Will Be Your Year. This video will be split up into two parts. First part will be all about 2025. Will be about what you need to do, what you need to reflect on in order to understand where you went wrong, your shortcomings, your challenges, your obstacles, the adversity you face, and just really understand what you need to improve on, because you need to treat your life like you're a professional athlete. What do professional athletes do? Not only do they perform at a really high level, not only are they super confident, not only are they really talented, but they review the film. A baseball player goes back and looks at where they went wrong, where they struck out, where they fouled out, or I should say, where they just weren't performing super well. Basketball players do the same. Football players do the same. Hockey players do the same. They all do that. But why is it in life we just expect to get results without going back and reviewing or where we went wrong? What didn't work out? How can we improve on things? We don't even know what we need to improve on. So that's where it starts. It starts with auditing your life, not only 2025, but also from the macro perspective. You got to zoom out, widen the lens, and look back at the last 5 years of your life. If you're older, 10 years of your life, 20 years of your life. Zoom out and see where you went wrong, what you need to improve on, what kind of people do you need to be around you need to be around with, how you thrive, like what kind of environments do you thrive in, what's drained your energy, what's given you energy. These are all really important questions that you have to ask. I won't go into all the questions. What I will say is that there's something called Year Compass. It's totally free, and it's essentially a free booklet that you can download, you can print. It's a PDF, and it will actually contain all these questions about where you went wrong, where you did well, what you can improve on. You know, you rank different areas of your life. You look back on your, how was it with family and friends? How was it with my mental health, physical health, my habits, etc., etc., etc. So do that. Search up Year Booklet, or Year Compass, I should say, and it will contain 2025 questions as well as 2026 questions, which I'll get into in a little bit. But that's where it starts. Review your year, see where you went wrong, see where you need to improve on, because you'd be surprised. You think that you already have these answers. That's what I thought. I thought that I already knew, where I failed, where I messed up, the parts that I knew I slipped up. We know the big ones, but do we remember the small ones? And the small ones are what matters the most, or matters equally. You see, to the universe, to God, to whoever you want to believe in, to the higher power, big and small does not exist. Everything is just a number. It's like one number. It's like one vote. One vote towards your desired reality, you could say. One vote against your desired reality. Each negative, quote unquote, negative habit or, thing you shouldn't have done or should have done, promises you didn't keep with yourself, that's a vote against your desired reality, your dream reality, where you want to be in the future. Every time that you've kept your word with yourself, done things that you should have done, that you did do, taking that leap of faith, going through, even though you were so fearful and so scared, those are votes towards your desired reality, okay? It's like a jury, right? There's two sides. There's two options. There's no in between. There's no vote that's going to count as 5, 10 votes. But you want to think that one decision will be so much more impactful, when reality is everything matters. Sure, you could say that deciding to, drop out of school or quit your job, these are big decisions. I'm not saying they're not. All I'm trying to say is that they're not the end-all be-all. They're not the end-all be-all. And once you understand that, it's only then when you could actually begin to improving, to progressing, to ascending, to transforming into a new version, to transcend the old version of you, to transcend the physical and actually tap more into something deeper, something more profound, the spiritual, the mental, the emotional, something within us all, something so real it feels deeper and more vivid than reality. You know those feelings you get, whether it's with your imagination, whether it's with visions you have, whether it's with your intuition. These are all real things. There's a reason why we have them. They wouldn't exist if they were pointless, if they were only something to have as a kid, you know? So tap back into that part of your brain, and that comes with reflecting on the year and focusing ahead on what's to come. Use your vision, use your imagination as you write down goals for this year, for 2026. Utilize what you have inside you, because it is so powerful. You know, words are super powerful too, but when you have intention, words mixed with intention is the most powerful thing there is. Concentrating your focus and your energy towards something that you actually see in your mind, that's what the great visionaries did. That's what Steve Jobs did. That's what Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant did. They all did it. They all visualized themselves winning, you know, winning with Apple, winning with the NBA, and winning a championship, being the best. You have to do that. I can't emphasize that enough. On to the next part of this video. That's 2025, right? It's all about reflecting, all about auditing your life and being super honest with yourself. Be honest. Self-honesty is critical, because we really are our best friend but our worst enemy. How many times will we just trick ourselves to saying, oh, well, you know, I'm doing it for myself. When we're doing it for other people, we know we're doing it for other people, but we don't want to sit with ourselves and be honest with ourselves and look ourselves in the mirror and say, why did we do this? Like, who are we doing this for? Is it for me? Is it for someone else? Is it to please others? So be honest with yourself. If you get one takeaway, it's honesty when you're reflecting, and then vision, and then using your mind to vision and get really specific and clear on what you want to bring into the material, what you want to manifest into 2026. Now, I do think that you can't approach each new year the same. You can't. Like, I don't even want to get started with New Year's resolutions, because that's total BS. Like, to think about New Year's in that way is just like not going to be something to serve you at all whatsoever, because you're essentially setting yourself up for failure. You're just saying things to say them, to want to make them happen, but you're not actually committing to those goals. So we're not even going to use the word New Year's resolutions. I'd say goals is pretty lame too, because everyone says that as well, but whatever. Just your vision for 2026. Your vision for 2026. In order to really get clear on that vision, you're going to have to focus on what you want to bring into the world, right? You want to let go of 2025 and utilize where you went wrong and bring that into 2026. And it starts off by getting clear. So filling out the year compass, right? That's the 2026 part. It's going to comprise of different questions to ask yourself of, you know, what you want your year to look like. And it goes into a lot of detail. So I recommend doing that first. Year compass 2026, write it down. You need to write it down because that's how you articulate yourself. You know, speaking is great too, but writing allows it to actually bring it into the material. Because in your head, we all have thoughts, ideas, but until we actually execute on them and write them down, put them pen to paper, pencil to paper, it's only then when we could actually really get clear on them and really signal to the universe that, hey, look, we're legit and we actually want to bring these into the world. To do that, write them down, print out the year compass, have that all figured out, filled out. And from there, what I wanted to say earlier, I lost my train of thought because there was all these people, you know, walking around and distracting me, which should never be the case, but we'll get better at that, is the fact that what I want to say is that each New Year is different, right? So that's why I said New Year's resolutions are kind of BS, because you can't approach each year the same, right? We all know they're short-lasted, they're short-term, people don't stick with them, people buy membership, a program for a diet, and then after a few weeks, a few months, it's done. They don't keep their word, right? many reasons why that is the case. I won't get into that. All I'm gonna say is that this is where it's gonna get a little bit more quote unquote woo-woo, astrological, right? We're gonna into a little bit of astronomy here. Astrology, not astronomy. Right now, it's the year of the snake. It still is until middle of February, okay? That is the Chinese zodiac for 2025, from 2025 and the first month and a half of 2026, right? Each Chinese zodiac is once every year, right? The one different zodiacs each year for 12 years, a 12-year cycle, just like there's 12 months in the year, right? I won't get into really all the significance, and it's a big rabbit hole that I won't get into, that I'm frankly still learning myself. But I will say the year of the snake 2025 has been a year to shed your skin, to shed things that didn't serve you, right? To let go of people that didn't resonate with you, let go of business ideas and things you were doing that wasn't aligned with you, right? It's more about patience and just like really settling into who you are and getting more closer to your true nature, right? These innate things that you have that serve you, that serve the world, that allows you to create and use your gift, right? So 2025 has all been about that. More patience, more figuring things out, not as much about scaling and more about like getting the foundations right, getting clear on your goals, right? So if that resonates with you, that makes sense, because that's what 2025 from an energetic level has been like, right? 2024 was the year of the dragon. It's completely different energy. So if you try to scale and do big things in 2025, I'm not surprised if maybe they didn't work for you. Maybe you were lacking something, right? Maybe you shouldn't have taken as big a risk, but hindsight's 2020, right? The good thing is though, is that whether you're taking risks or not, 2026 is a complete different vibration, right? It's a completely different vibration. What that means, vibration, just a fancy way of saying complete different energetic field, complete different, energetic field's the best way to put it, really. There's no other word to substitute that. Sorry if it's a bit windy, give me 1 second. "2026, from a Chinese astrology basis, right? We're focusing on Chinese astrology. There's numerology too, which I will probably get into in another video. But right now it's Chinese astrology, and that is on a yearly basis, yearly cycle. And this is, whether you believe it or not, it does not hurt to utilize it and see how it does, because I do think that there's a lot of validity to this, and a lot of people utilize it. People that you probably wouldn't even expect to utilize it. They say a lot of people in power utilize things like this, and there's a reason why so few people talk about it in society, don't you think? Like, why else would it be that it's so woo-woo? It's for people that are hippies or do mushrooms, and it's all painted a certain way for a reason. So, not to say I believe in everything, every mystic thing with crystal balls and tarot cards, tarot readings, or whatever, maybe anything spiritual related. I don't want to say I don't, but I don't know enough about them. I'm not going to be the one. I'm not that guy to just quickly believe something. But when I read up about different things, about how long it's been a part of history for, the more I understand it, the more I could actually get behind it. And this is one of those things that I can get behind. But anyways, 2026 is the year of the horse. Year of the horse. So it's for people that are born in 2002, 2014, 2002, 1990, 1978, sorry, my math, and 1966, and 1954, and 1942. probably all the people that are around right now, maybe 19, 30. Anyways, whatever. Point is, for people that are born 12-year cycle, you know, from 2026, right? Now, I'm actually one of those people born 2002, which is horse energy, which is basically if you're born in the same year, the same sign of the current year, it's quote unquote your like best years, your strength years, your strong year, the year you're supposed to be able to really crush it and take the most risks and just have good success, material success and other success. So it's good for me, it's cool for me, you know, to be able to be in this state right now for the horse. But if you're not in a horse year, which chances are you're not, because that's like a less than 10% chance you are, your sign, the year you're born in, which you search it up, like your year you're born in with your sign, that'll tell you what strengths you have, or sorry, what zodiac sign years are compatible with your sign and what aren't. And if it's not compatible, all that means is just to maybe like take things a little bit slower, or, you know, not take as big a risk, you know, not maybe save those big plans for a future year. But again, this is all relative, and, you know, it's hard to really quantify things and tell you what you should and shouldn't do because there's so many factors at play. But that's sort of the basis of the signs. I've been off track a little bit. I want to get back in 2026, and contrary to what I was telling you about how certain signs may not be compatible with the horse and how maybe you shouldn't take as many risks and stuff like that, 2026 is actually a year with the horse. It's a fire horse, which only happens apparently once every 30 years. And what that really means is it's a year that honors risk, that rewards risk, it rewards momentum, it rewards speed, it rewards just like going with momentum and just really going for it. I don't know how else to say it. Like, it actually rewards impulsivity, which is really interesting. Impulsivity, which a lot of people may think that's sort of like more of a negative connotation. Like, impulsivity is like just not thinking straight and just doing things quickly. But actually, impulsivity is essentially the opposite of patience. It's just about like, rather than waiting, you're just going. You're doing. And that's the year of the horse. That's what I would take away out of this year, is to go for speed. To think things as like, you know, you have to take action now. And the only way you're going to learn and see what sticks, what doesn't stick, is if you're in a state of flow. You're moving. Your energy is not stagnant. You're not in your head. You're not brainstorming. You're going. You have your business plan. You're going. That's why I recommend having a nice business plan right now, January and February. And come horse year, mid-February, you're gunning for it. You're going for it. So anyways, that's a wrap for this video. If you got one thing out of this video, it's probably to get your compass online, free PDF, free downloadable, printable PDF. Utilize that. Dive a bit deeper into Chinese astrology. I'd recommend that as well. And it's something that you're gonna dive deep to see if it's for you or not. But I'd recommend trying it out. Have an open mind and see where it takes you. Anyways, that's a wrap for this one. And a bit of a ramble there. Just want to be able to really articulate myself for this year, as it is January 1st, and I want to be able to really stay focused on how we can win this year from an astrological standpoint and from a outlook on life that best serves both of us. I'll cheers you to the next one. Cheers 2026, and many more videos to come from this channel in the future. Take care. Peace out.